Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. I've got Ben Brinkman on the program. He's with a company called C2MTech.com, and they have just recently expanded into the Houston market. And Ben, welcome to the program. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Kind of give us the elevator speech to tell us what C2M Tech is all about.
So pretty much C2M Tech, we started off as a phone system provider. We are the leading Samsung dealer in the United States for phone systems. And then we've kind of branched off into voice over IP, cabling, voice and data cabling, and also audiovisual.
Okay, very good. And talk about your expansion into the Houston market. And where are you corporately located?
We're corporately out of Dallas, Texas. And we've recently moved into the Houston market just because the market in Houston is blowing up. I mean, I'm sure you know, business is wonderful in Houston and growing constantly. So the opportunity to move there and open an office there and get something going where we can bring up some business. We looked at some of the competitors and some of the companies that do some of the things we do in the area, and we thought, that'd be a great place for us to fit in.
Yeah, so tell me how it's all going. Give me an overview on, how things are progressing in Houston, when you began to make those inroads.
So it really started probably about 2 or 3 years ago. I realized I was selling so much business in Dallas, and these businesses had either a corporation, the corporate office out of Houston, or the Dallas was the corporation, and they had a satellite site in Houston. And people were always asking me, "Hey, Ben, we really like your work. Can you guys come into the Houston market and take care of our office there?" And what we were doing then is putting guys in trucks, staying in hotels, and getting the job done. So finally, we realized we were keeping guys down there just all week long, every week. And eventually it decided, hey, we need to open an office here full time, get some salespeople in, and really, really go after the market.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Where are you corporately located here in Houston? And you're not in Houston, right?
I'm actually back and forth. I have guys in Houston, technicians and sales in Houston now. I'm out of the Dallas office majority of the time, but we're located at 7035 West Tidwell Road. That's in Houston. That's our Houston office. And then our Dallas location is actually in Carrollton off of Valwood and 35.
Mm-hmm. So talk about the type of businesses that you pitch to typically, what verticals you operate in.
So a majority of it seems to be medical, law. I mean, really anything you can imagine. We do anything from small restaurants all the way up to a hospital. We'll go in, we'll bid out the cabling, the paging, the phone system, and also, then take care of the TVs. And like I said, we're a large dealer for Samsung. We also carry other products like CommScope, ESI, Toshiba. And so we really go after really any type of market, even in military.
Interesting. And what would you say is the size ranges of the companies that you work with?
We work from anything from 4 employees all the way up to 5,000.
Okay. And what would you say is the sweet spot?
The majority seems to be that like 20 to 50 employee company that we really majority of our business. But I mean, like I said, it ranges all over the place. But
yeah, and companies really getting ready to take themselves to another level, and that's why they deploy and use a service like yours.
Right, and we find that in Dallas and Houston area, there's just so much. Houston, especially lately, there's so much companies coming into the area, opening an office, opening a location like us, or moving their corporate there because of all the things that Houston has to offer, that we're finding that's why so much business we're coming in, and cabling is becoming a big thing in the area with all the construction, everything being built. We do so much cabling.
Yeah, so cabling is a big part of what you're doing. Now, of course, for the past year, we've taken a little bit of a beating here in Houston with the energy situation. Has that had any kind of hit on you guys?
Honestly, no. We haven't seen anything at all, to be honest. So really, it's just been mainly everything you can imagine. We mainly been doing, I started up with down there as medical, but as far as seeing a hit from anything with that, no, I haven't.
Mm-hmm. So talk about the other locations you're in. Now, where do you guys have a footprint? What cities around the country?
Well, we like to broadcast that we cover all of Texas. but we actually have physical offices in Austin, Waco, Dallas, and Houston.
And you have how many employees altogether?
There's around 60 employees currently.
And how many here in Houston now?
Right now in Houston, we have about 10.
Great. Well, it sounds like you guys are steadily growing. And what, when a company comes to you and are needing your services, where are they at as far as, their needs being met that makes them interested in a company like yours?
So it really ranges. A lot of times, and I'll say it, I get a call and they say, hey, we've had a bad relationship with another vendor. Can you come out and look at what we have in place, kind of consult us? And then from there, if there's anything, an opportunity, we do bid it, of course. A lot of times, too, it is I meet with the customer and the contractor. We're at a site. It's a brand-new building. They're going to take the space. They tell me features, things that they're wanting, plans of their future, how they think they're going to grow as a company. And from then, I give some solutions.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate you talking a little to us today about what's going on, and appreciate the fact that you're expanding in this market. We always love new companies here in the Houston area, and so 2015 it sounds like it's blown away your expectations. When did you formally put in an office here in Houston?
So the office has been in for about 6 months now.
And you already have 10 employees, which I think is huge.
Yes.
So, do you expect those to grow?
Sales are already going.
do you expect that to grow, the number of employees here?
Absolutely. Honestly, I think Houston can outgrow Dallas.
Wow. Well, that's fantastic. And
I think the potential is there. Absolutely.
And both of those are Shangri-Las for economic activity and prosperity. You got to love both of these great areas.
Yes.
And so that's fantastic. Well, I appreciate you spending time telling us more about what you're doing. I want to encourage the the audience to check out Ben Brinkman and his website's over there at c2mtech.com. That's c2mtech.com. And thanks again for being with us, Ben.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, when we come back, much more for you. We want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com, and this is The Price of Business.